table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. It's real tough. Yeah. Speaking on the times, cause my people need to see. Third eye blind, know they lying through their teeth. They tryna loop the time, tryna keep us in a sleep. But you know we gotta rise like the steam in the heat. Quantum physics to a beat, how time zones lead. It matter just the data that your brain gon' see. Alchemy, you master all that photon light. Avatar, the body, just the temple, do you see? The deity surround me, I put a peace. Breathe deep, I push chi like Bruce Lee. Yo, it's Dragon Ball Z, I'm Super Saiyan 3. And we finna walk them down, any town, any street. New world on horizon, I can see the silver lining. Cause the sun gon' shine, then we all keep shining. Mighty lion could heal the pain, you know his name. But they stand on the same old thing. They playing, well let's talk about it. Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. D&G, being me, you gon' see it's rise. My people so divine, know it's our time. Let's talk about it.
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's have a conversation.
I don't wanna hear that he say, that she say. You listening to parasites on replay. They tap into my phone to listen like we on three-way. It's tap into your aura, feel the energy like heat waves. Let's talk about it. Who you praying to? When you start to lose your mind, who is saving you? If you're moving through the time, what's the energy that's moving you? I wanna have the conversation. We always dropping gems back and forth like great debating. We making our own way, our own land, our own pavement. Just suiting up the spaceship. I like to wake up with the sun. Say my daily mantra, speaking cryptic, speaking tongues. Tell them what I'm after, we the one to get it done. I feel my enemies around me. 7 deadly sins, they're trying to trap and keep me bounded. I'm not staying around, I get my people, then I'm outie. Yeah.
Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. D&G, being me, you gon' see it's rise. My people so divine, know it's our time. Let's talk about it.
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah, let's
Greetings, and welcome to another episode of Let's Have the Conversation.
Greetings. What's happening?
Season's greetings.
How y'all doing on this panel?
Good.
We waiting for Chaz. Chaz about to come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Chaz.
Come on, Chaz.
Oh, yeah.
Man, we got Miss Aubrey back with us, guest co-host. What's up?
Oh, drop my phone. Greetings. I am so happy to be here. And yes, I am here to tell Kevin he has lost all of his mind.
And period.
We'll get on him in a second.
Period. Yeah, in a second.
And period.
I want to say greetings to the committee. We've missed you since last week. I hope everyone is doing well. And I guess with that said, let's jump into it, y'all. Come on, Chaz.
I know. Come on, Chaz. She said she didn't get the link, so I just sent her over the link. Here she is.
Yeah, we both sent it to her.
The handsome and beautiful Chaz.
Hey.
Ooh, okay. So last night I did a walk with crime, and at that point somebody sent me a picture. I will show the picture clip really quickly. Let me get his name off this thing real quick. And this picture, the girl said, do you see this man? And I said, yes. And so I had put it up. And so this is the picture. And if you look close enough, there's a woman right here at the bottom, right here at the side. There's a woman right there as well. Can y'all see her teeth? She's smiling with glasses on. Now, I ended up finding a picture of Kevin. Somebody said, that's Kevin Samuels. I keep wanting to say Kevin Gates. That's Kevin Samuels, and he wears those glasses. And I said, really? And I found this. It looks identical. Looks like him. And so I'm like, okay. I said, well, he must be trying to reach out. Let me go to Yehuda. Went to Yehuda and decided to talk to him today. And he had some shit to say. We're going to talk about that shit in a second. However, he came for Aubrey Williams' life. Aubrey put in the chat, she said, but who would want him? Who would want him though? And he said, but who would want you though? And now we're gonna allow Miss okay, Malika, we're gonna allow Miss Aubrey Williams to address Kevin Samuels.
Well, Kevin, just so that you know, okay, a lot of people do want me, and it was verified by Spirit. So you may need to get with Yehuda and a couple of my ancestors to find that answer out, sir. Secondly, you were always a problem. Yes. Your disrespect towards Black women was very uncalled for. And we here in this land of the Melanites, we don't really too much care for you, sir. And for you to feel as though that the disrespect and the levels that you came to the governess with to try to even get your little messy spill out that you did today, to get that out, yes, that's cute and all, but at the end of the day, you not being here, we still did not lose any of our sleep. We were still able to get sleep. Typeface, aka allegedly your murderer, Vivica A. motherfucking Fox, she did all of us a motherfucking favor by getting you out, O-U-T, out of here. So the next time that you think that you may have read, that you may have gotten me together, Miss Ma'am, understand one thing. I am still in the land of the living while you are on the other side. The other side. Okay? Now, we will resume to our regular scheduled programming. Take it away, Quatina.
Clean it all the way out.
He keeps saying, does he have a chance to respond? And no, you don't. Malika, do you have the No, you can't respond. Now it's not Tom. I'm gonna play a clip as soon as Malika give us that.
Hold on, here it goes. I'm gonna have that on deck for us. Hold on, because that was, listen, hold on. On the other side, still here. I feel like you need to hear this a few times because, baby.
Quadra says, I thought they were the living. They are, but you understand that Reed still. It's still. She had a point to what she was saying.
We're here and you're not. That was the point.
That was the point. And point given in harshly received.
Let's see how many of his motivational talks and speaking that he can do on the other side, because you know that was part of his agreement and contract that he signed, right?
Okay. And there was a lot that was said, okay, in reference to this. And so I'm going to get this to play, but you know how they do. Let me see if they're going to do the little commercial first, because we're going to play something, child. Now, when I referenced it, he kept showing me, I said, he keeps showing me like an interview or something that I had seen a clip of. And it just happens to be this. Now, my damn energy.
Okay. All right, let's get into it. We have a lot to talk about. Let's get into this.
This is a clip from Fox Soul, Cocktails with the Queens.
Love him or hate him, he spoke his truth. We can view truth as hate, but sometimes his bold medicine didn't taste so sweet. And if you hate it, why tune in? Why call in? Because healing comes in many forms. His was some nasty ass tasting medicine. He continued with, there's no right and wrong in this love, S-H-I-T. There's just discovery. And thank you for those you healed. And we forgive you if there are any damages because we know your intentions were to heal. Ladies, what are your thoughts on Marlon's post?
Now, that was Claudia Jordan. She is reading a tweet made from Marlon Wayans. Now, what you're getting ready to hear is Vivica Fox's response to that.
Shocked when you heard about Kevin Samuel's death. Vivica, let's start with you because you seem to be having quite a reaction to this. Well, me and Lisa Ray both had the whole side eye, like, what the hell is he?
And real quick, where the fuck I been? Because I knew Vivica was on there. I knew Claudia. I knew Selena. Bitch, why did I not know Lisa Ray was on there? When I said earlier, like, do they even have a feeling? What the fuck is wrong with me?
She was the fourth girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now we're going to get into this. We're going to get into this. Hold on.
Getting me healing, healthy. This man was a hypocrite, in my honest opinion. He really was. I didn't find anything about him to be healing. He insulted African American women on a consistent basis. One of his last statements that he said was that if you're over 38 and you haven't married or something like that, that you're no good and disposable. To me, he was a shock jock. And, you know, I hope this is teaching folks a lesson about the karma that you put out, the negativity that you put out in the world, that when karma comes knocking at your door, she might not be so kind. So, you know, the fact that he killed over real quick and was supposedly with a woman that we don't yet know the nationality, rest in peace.
Okay. Thoughts panel, let's go.
I just wanted to say I love how she threw in that supposedly was with a woman.
Okay, and fucking period. And Dia asked me earlier, and I said maybe he was metrosexual. I don't know. However, my shock was when she said he killed over.
Mm-hmm. And talking about sending the karma. Well, you sent it, of course. I mean, I'm just saying, you sent that right on to him, allegedly.
But wait, did y'all catch at the beginning when she said, me and Lisa Ray was like, why wasn't you, Claudia, Selena, and Lisa Ray? Why does it have to be specifically you and Lisa Ray? Aha. Vivica, girl, you were so into it, girl. You were so angry with Kevin. Okay, rightfully so. You can be able to do that. But girl, you slicked out on yourself, sis, for the people that are woke.
She did. She hit it with it. Y'all better come up here and get you one of these. Me and Lisa Ray got it under control. Literally, that's what she pulled.
Did you see Lisa though? Lisa like, girl, why you doing that on the national? Honey, we on Fox. Everybody finna see this.
And did synced upon it. Malika dropped out. She'll be back in just a second. So I'm trying to get to a couple of these parts when we spoke with him earlier. I really would like to hear the thoughts of the rest of the panel on how you feel about Kevin and his rhetoric. Like, what were your thoughts on him? Period. As Kevin Samuels. Period.
I personally feel a man like that, as much as the stance that he has, it showed where you came from a certain caliber. Like you kept saying what you expected out of a woman, but like you had rebutted with him, Quisita. But what is a man supposed to bring to the woman? And he didn't really have a counteraction. It's men like that I feel like they are so fragile and wounded in a way where they put that fragile and wounded behavior onto a melanite woman. I just don't get it when that's the person that you came from. That's your life force. That's who gave you life. And you put that much disdain, that much hate on the black woman, the melanite woman. I'm not here for it. I'm not with that. And it also, for me, it gives me the introspection that maybe you're a little sweet because what is there that you're not really resonating with? Are you jealous of the melanite woman? What is going on in that aspect for me? I don't see it as masculinity. For them, they find that masculine saying this is what a woman shouldn't do. This is how she should look and present herself. But you men don't do nothing. You spray a little cologne on, barely wash your ass sometimes a motherfucking night. What the fuck is the caliber of a man to come to a woman and do? I just don't understand. The caliber is not set as high as it is set for a melanite woman, and it pisses me off. It just don't sit right with me. I don't stand by him. But I'm gonna go ahead and let Carbon go because my blood's boiling. I don't fuck with it.
Um, you know, I, the nigga needed a hug from his mama more often. That's what it sounded like to me. I'm just saying, because it's like he didn't get enough hugs, kisses from her, or something. Because I just feel like that's where it stems from. Something happened in that relationship for you to have this kind of disdain, okay, towards the people that look like you. I'm just saying, the women that look like you. That's my opinion. Malika.
Please.
Listen, we playing rotating chairs right now. So when it comes to Kevin Samuels, I do feel like there was honesty in some of the things he said to some of the individuals. And I feel like governance has even had to have that conversation with some individuals within our space in regards to just how you're showing up and how you present yourself. I don't agree with all the materialistic versions of presenting yourself. If do what you like and show up how you feel good. But he did have some valid points. I didn't hear about him or find out about him until close to his passing. So I don't know the full spectrum, but I've seen a lot of the stuff that is very offensive. I believe, and he stated that earlier in a sense, even though he was trying to clean it up in the presence of Yehuda and governess. I believe that he got caught up in the success. And I think success meant more to him than the plight of the Melanite people. I think success meant more to him than the responsibility of creating a connection between the Melanite male and the divine feminine, divine male and divine feminine. And I think it's very sad because he could have had a major impact. But, you know, a lot of people, they like to roll with the agenda. And in that, he created a dynamic that fed an energy that I believe has a lot to do with the rates of femicide, Melanite femicide at that, when it comes to how many women are being attacked and cursed out and talked to any kind of way. He fed that energy. If one source made sure that energy was present and prevalent, it was Kevin Samuels. So do I respect him? No, I don't respect what he created as far as his purpose here in this experience. I feel like he had much greater potential and he chose otherwise. And more than likely, he's going to have to redo it again. He's probably on like his first life. He got like 150 more to go. So he'll learn along the way.
Let me say this. Now, I do appreciate him being able to be transparent and give us pretty much validation on what we already knew. So I can say thank you for that. But
gratitude. No
yeah.
thank yous in that direction.
Gratitude. Sorry. Gratitude. Sorry. But I feel as though that with him, you know, trying to really come and let us know what was going on, the energy that he still had, which was a big question that you said Quatita Toddy had for you, right? She had the question of, is his energy still the same, right? Was that what you said earlier with him about the energy with Kevin Samuels? Because you said that somebody asked you, was his energy
I
still
do
going to be the
believe she
same?
has said that. That
Yeah.
and Candace Starr.
Yeah. So with
Yeah.
his energy, it's like with you still bringing that energy and that hurt, why are you saying that you're able to try to heal people when you're necessarily still tearing people down, even in the spirit? That makes no sense to me. And to even hear that you even had the opportunity to be around the magnificent Yehuda, that's what makes it even worse. Because how can you try to even get on the other side to see something so great, but you still have the same attitude towards life?
Yeah.
You want us to feel some type of way for you and have some sympathy for these people that done this to you, but ultimately how we feel is the same way how you felt about us.
A lot of times when they do come through, they come through with the same personality that they had when they were, you know, in the physical. And I've had to check quite a few of them, from Andre Harrell to James Brown, Sammy Davis, and now Kevin Samuels. And I didn't really know his work, you know what I mean? But he did get indignant. And I ain't gonna lie, I chuckled a little bit because I gotta tell you, Vivica ain't my favorite person. I don't know why. She's not, you know. However, he said that he don't know what her problem is. Maybe the skin is pulled too tight on her face. That almost took me out. I'm not gonna lie to you. It did. But I was like, this messy motherfucker, you know. So this is what got me afterwards, and it didn't come because Malika's our hellified motherfucking researcher, but this was different. One of the cousins sent it to me. Kevin said he kept saying he kept calling them the grave robbers, and then he said that there's someone from over the seas that's a queen, and I kept saying, or royalty, a queen, and I'm asking him like a genome. He's like, no, and I'm like, who the fuck is he talking about? Y'all are playing musical chairs here, and someone sent it to me, and let me tell you how floored I was. This happened a few days before Lisa Ray's birthday. This September, I believe she was crowned September 23rd. Got to check the date on that. But she was crowned Queen Mother of Ghana. And he kept saying the connections. And he said, watch the careers go up. This happened after his passing. So when he kept saying that, I was quite the fuck confused. Who would be over the waters? That's royalty that they would be, communicating with, because I knew she was no longer with the Turk prince, whatever the fuck he was. And then I got tea on that, something allegedly about how the Turk prince allegedly was with, Dwayne Martin. Oh no, allegedly, yeah. But this blew me away. Did anybody else know that this bitch was a queen?
Look, first
Had no
day
clue.
doing this.
Had no clue.
My
Blown away. Like,
response,
wait.
my response was, this got to be some kind of Mandela effect, because baby, when, where, how, and why?
And mine was, I did not know this bitch pulled Princess Diaries and became the Princess of Genovia, but of Ghana. We had no idea.
Isn't that supposed to be a national news?
I was just about to say
I said the same thing. I said the same thing. Like, it ain't been on the timeline. It ain't been on nobody's news feed. It ain't been nowhere.
I said on the fucking Fox, so I have no idea because I don't watch that. I mean, I've been on there a couple times, but I don't watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
I'm like,
I was like, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I don't watch it because I'm salty because they still never gave me a show. Claudia told me to send all my shit to her, and when I did, she started responding to me. And let's be clear, Claudia, you were texting me first. You started texting me first. I have proof. Let's just say that. I'm not a clout chaser. I can go all the way back, and you said, please FaceTime me. This was, you text me first, and we communicate from that point on. So let's say that, okay? But I don't watch it, although I've been on there a couple times, but I didn't know that Lisa Ray was crowned. Now, when I did my research, you guys, after somebody sent me this and I did the research on it, I saw that they said they handpicked her from all of her humanitarian work she's done. Why she keeps wearing white? Y'all picked her because she keeps wearing white? I'm confused. Yes. What the fuck does that mean? Why not handpick somebody from Ghana? Ain't they raised to be this shit? I'm confused.
Right. I'm confused.
Inheritance, too. Right? You inherit the throne, kind of like with the Queen Elizabeth, right? Like in comparison to that.
I thought so. I don't know.
Well,
listen, I didn't. Child, Lisa Ray is a whole Queen of Ghana. I had no clue. This is new to me, child. Listen.
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out what is the humanitarian shit she's done, because I've done a lot, and the bitch ain't handpicked me to do shit. Because harass a bitch. Like, I'm trying to figure it the fuck out. Maybe I need to go get me some white. I don't know.
Yeah, she ate good off of that one. She came up off of that one.
But do you see her on the throne, though? Y'all put the picture back up there. Do you see how confident she is on this throne?
Ooh, and it's quite a few of them. It's quite a few pictures, but that's the only one I put up, honey. Right, that's the only one.
Mm-hmm.
So
that is a good question. Do they know?
Honey, don't play with her.
You hear me? Now that king or who the I don't know if he's the father king or how do we address him, but I didn't put that up. But let me show y'all. I'm gonna pull it up again real quick because if I must say so myself, okay. If I must say so myself, he's quite the fucking looker.
Is he a yummy? He's a yummy?
He's a yummy.
Okay.
And is. And I'm like, oh. Okay. So let me see real quick. Let me find it. Because I was really blown away. Let me put in this shit. Hold on. Queen Mother. I said, what? I had no idea when Kevin kept saying that. So now that we see that, what is y'all's thoughts? Like, what are we talking about?
You know how
Well,
you
when
go
they say
say it's
look at
like,
everything like a movie. Oh, go ahead, Harvey.
no, go ahead. Finish your thought.
But they say look at everything like a movie. It's looking much like Coming to America.
It does.
It
It is giving it. It is giving
Okay.
it.
You
Damn, that's funny. It is though.
no comment.
Now, who the fuck is that in between them? Let me pull myself up to the screen. Hold on, because I want y'all to be able to see what I'm showing y'all. Because, child. Who is she?
King, Lisa,
With the
and
big crotch,
Nancy.
with the big crotch head here. Who
How
is
did
this?
Nancy get in the picture?
Is
I
that the
don't know if that's her name,
princess?
but
I don't know. She ain't even matching the look. Why she ain't looking like that? Listen, I'm gonna have to dive deeper down into this rabbit hole.
Let's go, Malika.
This is really. I'm so confused. I can't even do my usual work in this. But it is saying that she has certain responsibilities. Let me go back to that part. So it might be a win for them, especially with the connections that she has with entertainment here. This is me speaking, not reading from the article, but with the connections in entertainment that she has here with getting the assistance that they require. I think this might have been a little come up on the other end also. But it says that her responsibilities are to, where is it? I just saw it. To look after the children, humanitarian work, there's so many humanitarians here. I can't help but to wonder how this connection was created, and there's no information on how the connection was created. All I see is this big body man standing between them. I'm assuming that he's security. Wait, but she's supposed to take care of the community. Listen, the page keeps jumping. According to inside sources, and this is per YourWeb, according to inside sources, the expectations of the community and opinion leaders were of high spirit coupled with receptive atmosphere. Where is it? Okay, as customs and traditions demand, rituals were performed and pleasantries exchanged, all in good faith for the development of the community, and also to welcome Lisa Ray to her homeland. So do you think that they may be trying to turn it around and benefit in some way, shape, or form? And they might
You
have just
said the biggest thing though, humanitarian of the children. So she might be doing something to that effect and thinking she can reel them in that way with that nice little smile. And she's a media personnel, so she becomes a humanitarian, pulling them in, reeling them in, and collecting the kiddos. I don't know.
Charleston White's done more work for children than this bitch. Like, what has she done?
right,
right.
What has
and
she
for
done
all
for
we,
children? Am I missing something?
no, you're not, because I'm trying to figure it out too. Like I'm trying to like, I don't remember any, like, you know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson, Heal the World, kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think of Lisa Ray like, no.
It says, as royalty, she is commissioned to inspire and support the youth and work in community in development projects. But how?
I mean, I'm just gonna call Iyanla, okay? And we just gonna have to have a conversation because she tried to fix her life multiple times, girl. If anybody know the tea,
I saw that. I saw that.
girl.
Yeah.
She gonna know. We gonna email her. We gonna get back with y'all now. I don't know. Somebody call Iyanla. We got to call her.
Got to call
She the only
somebody.
one that knows.
I don't even think she know. Because
So I
remember if
searched. Sorry, go ahead.
Boom, boom,
go for
boom. Everybody out the dressing room, please.
That's
what we
I
talking
looked up I looked up her name and the word humanitarian, and the only thing that's coming up is the articles about her being granted this title as a humanitarian. I don't see the listing of the humanitarian work. Yeah, that's the only thing that's coming up, and some radio stations that announced. And this was prior to this was 2019.
Sorry, I thought you were done.
I guess when she started doing the work with them, supposedly within their community.
I got it. The humanitarian work she's doing, it may be, don't quote me, don't know. She may be sucking a lot of Canadian dick. Because what the fuck? Oh, charming. No.
Is it safe to come back?
What if Kingy and Queen Mother are expanding the trafficking together and just making it bigger and more efficient?
I'm still waiting on her to. Okay, never mind. Let me be quiet. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I want to know now. Shit.
Listen, we don't even know what the fuck kind of mother she was to her own child. You understand what I'm saying?
Boom.
Okay.
Quatita, I will send you the videos on the type of mother that her daughter says she was.
Please, no, play it now, Aubrey. Play it now, Aubrey. I'm telling you, there's a lot of humanitarian dick sucking going on.
Hold on, let me go get my other phone because I can find it on YouTube and send you a clip.
Let's take a break real quick then.
You know what? When I think she had a reality show once upon a time, and if I remember correctly, I used to watch it, and their relationship, her daughter's relationship, was not that tight. It was a little
her relationship with her sister is not that tight, and I don't even care for the brat. But now let me tell you something. This is what dawned on me later on earlier today, after I did this shit. Because he kept saying a football star. Then he said donor first. I don't know what the fuck the donor means. Then he said football star. And then he said Gary with the T. So I didn't went to try to see if Gary with the T had some shit to say. Now he did have some shit to say, but in the midst of me finding it, why the fuck I forgot he was on the show with Lisa Ray's sister, the brat.
So it's news for me again, because I didn't even know that they were sisters.
What? Yes, girl.
Yeah. Different something.
And they often know that is her real sister. They have the same father.
There we go.
They have the same father. That is her sister.
There we go. Mm-hmm.
Malika just double shot. Look.
Yeah, biological. Yeah, that's our
Yes,
people.
they have the same biological father.
Mm-hmm.
Don't that mean that's your sister? You keep putting that in that's like that's the truth, ma'am. That's not the fucking truth, ma'am. They have the same biological father. And she often don't speak to her sister, and she'll tell you she don't fuck with her sister. I'm confused.
Yeah. There's no lies being told.
What show you've been watching, ma'am? The show you making up in your mind while you in my chat trying to run something? We know what we talking about over here on Let's Have the Conversation. Go ahead, Aubrey. What you found?
So I'm trying not to find the because it's giving me the full actual episode. Because I think it was like 3 parts or 2 parts or something like that. But what it is that, just to give you guys a synopsis, they were trying to fix 3 generations of the family, which would be her mom's, Lisa's, and then the child's. So Iyanla was trying to figure out what was the causes for these particular situations. Lisa Ray has not really healed from her broken marriages and the fact that her father is no longer in her life anymore, and he has passed on, which was somebody that she was very close to. So her daughter has always felt neglected from what it seems in their relationship, or she felt as though that her mom was so overprotective, which kind of for them was a bond that necessarily did not kind of click with them, because I feel that Lisa Ray is an alpha female. She really, this is what she says, this is how she goes, boom. So, and that was just from the energy that she was giving via the show. I can already tell, okay, I'm an alpha woman. I don't play no games. What I say goes. It is what it is. But the dynamic of it was with her daughter, she was so blind.
But he said that, Aubrey. Kevin said that about Vivica, and he said it about, he did. He said about Vivica, and he also said it about Lisa. Said they're very dominant and they want to control the man. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I think that the specific part that I keep remembering is her daughter telling her, you know, basically, you are pretty much controlling. And, you know, I want to be able to do this, like certain things in the house. Even the mama was saying, you know, certain things in the house or things that they would do. It was just, it's a lot going on with their relationship. So if anyone needs the time, it is on YouTube, the full 41 some and odd seconds episode. Go check that out for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Go look at OWN. It's already on YouTube for you for free. Check it out, because this woman and her issues is literally on national platform, so that you can be able to see.
Listen, Koisha, there ain't no argument. If you know the truth, then you know the truth. Now what? Now what about it? We don't give a fuck whose penis procreated who. Why do you? It ain't no argument. Nobody ain't even asked you to come here. You need to be vocal to say the fuck what. That's not her sister, and what? She said it is, so you know, because are you their other sister? You know for fact, because what? Let's wait for Koisha. You know for a fact, because what? Because you their other sister? Because we don't give a fuck. This is let's have the conversation. Your opinion don't even matter. The fuck? We don't care. That's not our sister, so what? And what about it? And what about it? And we care because why? We give a fuck about what you saying because why? It ain't no fucking argument. We said what the fuck we said. This is let's have the conversation, not Koisha's. Now, we're waiting, Koisha. Okay, let's go, Aubrey.
Listen, that's pretty much all I had to say about it. But listen, I watched this long time ago. So just now remembering and her coming back up and him validating that, absolutely. He is absolutely correct. She is controlling as fuck. And she even told Iyanla, listen, that's going to be something I'm going to have to work on. That's going to be something I have to work on. And Iyanla was like, why you don't want to work on it now to really, you know, build that relationship with your mom and your daughter? Child, that woman is still hurt. And I think that she knows that her husband, her ex-husband, probably was sleeping with that king. Because TV1 did a documentary series on her, and she talked about his infidelity. Let's just say that. But she did not go into detail about it.
So, do y'all think like this seat of power that she has now is going to give her more opportunity to move the way she did with Kevin Sylvia on a bigger platform and more undercover type stuff? Because this is what it's giving. Man, including the one that's right next to her.
Moesha says, I know because I grew up with the real father, but you got it. And you're right. We don't care, but you felt the need to try to blast me and you're not even correct. No, you felt the need. Nobody asked you shit, Moesha. and you grew up with him, how the fuck do you know? Still, you ain't penetrated shit. Why is that important? I felt the need because you felt the need to keep putting it in my fucking chat because you wanted some attention. We gave it to you. We love to give attention over here. Moesha, you and Mr. Hightower. So whether we're correct or not, she said it's her motherfucking sister. It's in all of the fucking blogs. That's what it says when you Google it, that they share a father. Was somebody gargling some motherfucking cum around here? I'm trying to figure it the fuck out. You felt the need, so I felt the need. Because this is my motherfucking platform, Moesha. You put it in the chat. How many times? Because I saw it a couple times. And no, there isn't no argument. We're having a conversation. Okay? And does it mean you're telling the truth? No, you put it in there twice. It was in the chat twice. Does that mean she's telling the truth about her father? Does it mean you sound stupid? You're the epitome of the black bitch that Kevin motherfucking Samuels be talking about. That think they know something. That think they smarter than everybody the fuck else. It don't matter, because who the fuck are you? We don't give a fuck if you went to school or fucked them twice from Sunday. And you still don't know. Because he told you what? Now put in the chat what was the exact conversation while you stopping my motherfucking program, but we got time tonight. Put it in the chat what he told you. We want to know what he told you. Because you said you grew up with him. You grew up with him, but his own daughter don't know. I want to know what he said to you. He said these bitches that I raised, they think that's it. They think that I'm their daddy. They don't even fucking know I ain't their daddy. Cold Keisha. That's what he told you. Because see, growing up with a motherfucker don't put you nowhere inside of a motherfucker bedroom. So we just want to know what he told you. That's all, because you put it in the chat twice. So now we want to know what he told you, because you wanted that attention. We gave it to you. So now what did he tell you? We'll wait. We got a whole nother hour and 20 minutes. What did he tell you verbatim? Keisha. It's always a Keisha, ain't it? Oh. Her mama was sleeping with Lisa's daddy. Okay. I was trying to figure it out. Let's figure. So her mama was sleeping with Lisa's daddy. Doesn't matter if they raised as sisters, they're sisters. I was trying to figure it out. Because he obviously told her who he was fucking. Because that's what you do when you grow up with somebody. You just tell them, like, I need to call a few people and let them know who I was fucking, who my baby daddy is. Because I didn't miss the motherfucking step. Anyway, Aubrey, you have the recording of that?
Hold on. Let me go and find it real quick. Let me do that. Hold on, y'all keep talking, and I'm gonna find the clip. I'm gonna go to it.
Carbon?
I'm gonna go to it.
Sure.
Say what you was gonna say, Carbon.
I was just gonna say my question is why would they admit to not fucking with one another, but not admit to being siblings? You feel what I'm saying? Like, that makes no sense. They admit they don't fuck with each other, but they would lie about being siblings. Like, anyway, we're gonna be right back, y'all, after these little messages and whatnot.
It'd be the new bitches for me.
No, we back. We back.
We're back. So I didn't even know that Samora and Nia Long are supposed to be sisters. I've not even heard that. So that's news to me. But that's dope. Malika, I need a MP4 of your commercial, man, so we can download it and put it on here so we can run your commercial for the goddesses.
Absolutely. Actually, I plan to I plan to talk to you about that today. Then I got caught up because I am going to send you. Everyone, don't forget that there are sponsorship slots available, and there are 2 different options for the sponsorship slots. I am going to send you what is necessary for my sponsorship slot so that it can play here on the regular, and I will have that to you before next week's show.
Got it. Gratitude.
Gratitude.
So this is my last time I'm going to address you, and then I'm going to have my motherfucking mods put you out.
Listen, Sage, Palo Santo, and Goddesses can't get rid of you at this point. Please just get rid of yourself.
Because we let me give her the attention she's seeking. First of all, you said, let's be clear, you cannot bully me. First of all, nobody was bullying you. You said you had evidence of something, and I want you to provide that. You said that they grew up together as sisters, but if they grew up together as sisters and they are convinced that they share a father, who are you to say otherwise? But you said you grew up with him. Okay. Her real father's actually now he's your uncle. Now he's your uncle. He's my uncle, and he walked away from the brat because her mother wouldn't be with him, and Lisa Ray's father raised her. But now he's your uncle because you said you grew up with him. That's a whole different statement. Now, let me tell you this. You're one of those people that feel like they need to say something to have attention, and you're probably one of the people at work that people can't stand. That always have something to say. You know, a busybody ass motherfucker that want to come behind you and tell you that you ain't supposed to be doing that. And then, behind your back going to have a conversation with a whole motherfucker that's called the boss. You are a ridiculous black woman that I feel like is disgusting. You hold no clout over here, and we don't give a fuck about you or your opinion enough to even try to bully you, because we don't have bullies over here, ma'am. We have conversations because that's what this is. Let's have the conversation. You felt the need to put it in the chat. So now you think you're going to get clout off of being related to who? We don't give a fuck. We didn't give a fuck before you put it. We don't give a fuck now.
May I say that I changed my vote? I changed my opinion on this story that we just covered because I give Miss Ray the humanitarian award of the decade if this is a reflection of the energies that she had to deal with in her upbringing and the way that they show up in spaces that they don't belong in and spaces that they've never been seen in and their name is not known in, yet feel like they can walk in with their shoes on and track mud all through there and have some type of voice, which you were never given permission to have within this space. You didn't even say hello. You didn't even say greetings. So to Lisa Ray, good buddy, y'all, Lisa Ray. Hey, Abby. Yes, friend, all the way to Ghana. Go and take your throne and run.
That part. All of this because Lisa Ray says they share a father. It doesn't matter whether it's by semen or not. Who are you to dig deep into their family business to come and bring something that nobody even gave a fuck about? Nobody even talked about that. We simply said they were sisters. And then you had the nerve to put in there, they're not real sisters. Nobody asked you. Because let me tell you, Sarah Darlene Lawrence is my real sister, although we don't share a real father. Toya Holston is my real sister, although we don't share a mother. Trisha Dean is my sister, although we don't share a father. Shanette folks, Keisha folks, those are my sisters, although we don't share a mother or a motherfucking father. And never, ever will anybody, especially not the likes of you, and we don't give a fuck what you own or what you watch all the time. Make sure this is your last time watching The Governess. That you didn't know how to come into my house and fucking step. I wish anybody would, especially the likes of you, would come into my dynamic of my family and diaspora and will tell me that Keisha and Shanette is not related to me when that's not your motherfucking business. It wasn't your business before you stated it. And again, it ain't your motherfucking business who their father is now. We said what we said. There's no bullies over here. Now we ask that you allow us over here, let's have a conversation to proceed? Or do you still need attention? Because we don't give a fuck about how many times you watch over here. Because after this, please never watch again. I'm inviting you to that. And if she says anything else in my motherfucking chat, get her ass out of here.
If you don't,
I said be quiet.
If you don't have anything to do, you can always visit www.grandrising and go on ahead and grab your bottle of that Grand Assist, the goddesses, to cleanse your entire being and get back to the space of equilibrium where you can show up and represent yourself in your truest and best form. There's work to do. There is work to do. And then once you do that work and you get to a space where you are like-minded and you reflect what it is that you see on this panel and in the committee and the audience that you are in right now, then you can go to awalkwiththeancestors.com and you can book your reading for additional clarity because it will help you in your elevation. Ashe, and I hope you have a blessed existence.
And they still don't like her in her motherfucking career, whether she's the boss of it or not.
I'm just like, Keisha, you messing stuff up over here. Her energy is high and it's fucking up the
She
shit
tried
over
it.
here. We
She
having
tried
technical
it.
difficulties. You got the energy up over here. Come on, Keisha.
Made me
Come on,
raise
baby.
my motherfucking frequency.
But she okay, because you cleared her. She's okay. It's okay. It's all right. She's okay.
Now, what you got? Because we got a couple minutes before we dive back into another commercial. What you got, Aubrey?
So I just have a quick audio of it. So this is where she's having her solo intervention with Iyanla. So I believe this is maybe part 2 of it because they're breaking things down from her having issues with the Brad and her new relationship. But this specific piece, you're going to hear Iyanla telling her that you are the problem. And you're going to see the words that she's using. So therefore you can be able to describe what's going on. You're going to slightly hear her asking questions to the daughter in regards to sending her away when she was younger because of the career. So I'm going to go ahead and play it for y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear.
Your relationships with other people. How about because of his behavior, everything feels like a betrayal to you? How about that? And I think you see and hear betrayal in places that it doesn't even exist. Because betrayal will make us angry first. Your mouth is saying it hurt my feelings, but that was a betrayal response. Tell me what you hear me saying. Nothing. What happened? I blanked out. Yeah. And where else and how else do you do that in your life? Because that's what people get. If all of your close relationships got issue, it's you, boo. The universe is trying to tell you something. And you have to have the courage to see it. But you can see it here. OPP, other people's problems. What people's problems are present in your life right now? Your mom feels that once you made it, went Hollywood, as she said, that you weren't there for her. Your daughter feels that at the moment that she really needed you, that you weren't there for her. Oh, I never heard that. She said that when we were together. When her career kind of took an extra step, she started to go into TV and things, and she was going longer hours. I wasn't really listening to my mom, and was sent to disciplinary school in Iowa. I honestly don't remember what was so bad that made that decision. Honestly. Have you ever talked to her about how it hurt you that she sent you away? Okay, yeah. That's all I want to know. Thank you very much. So it's quite possible that you didn't hear it, but that's what she shared, that she felt that bad. So I'm supposed to break my neck and be wherever I'm supposed to be when everybody else want me to be there? Are you aware of what you just did? I'm asking you a question. And I'm asking you one. Since you came to see me, I'm asking the question.
Listen, she a lot to deal with.
But she's not everyone. She's your daughter.
I keep wanting to point out that a lot of these celebrities' careers are longer than their relationships, or a lot of these celebrities' relationships with their careers is longer and bigger and stronger than the relationship they have with their children, because they had their career first and their children second. And so their career is really their first baby and the child that they're going to consistently keep on nurturing because they have to. Whereas the obviously real human child can nurture itself at one point. So it's, that's what I'm kind of getting. It's like she doesn't have the ability because all of her energy went into her first baby. So
You know what, Charming? I would say the same thing in regards to when the child is the celebrity. The parent has that same relationship with the opportunity, with the money, with the finance. In a lot of situations, not all cases, but in a lot of them, because we have moms like Tracy's moms who handle the businesses, the real momagers of the world. But there are a lot of mothers that will have relationships with their children's success, and it'll be tighter than the relationship they actually have with their children. I just saw that with Little Scrappy. They posted the clips from the show where he was very open and honest with his mom and spoke about everything he had experienced and was very real about it. And her reaction at first seemed like it was going to kind of be supportive. And then they showed another clip where she didn't want to give him a hug. She didn't want to embrace him. And his lady was telling her, like, your son is calling out for you. Like, these babies are calling out, and you just dismiss it based on your own blinders. But you know what? At the end of the day, just to add the healing factor in there, as long as you get it out, that's all that matters. They have their own trauma that they need to heal. As long as you get what you need to say out and off your chest, do not allow the reaction or the response of whatever resentment they have against you or what they expected from you to affect what it is that you're doing for yourself. Speak your truth and speak it boldly, and then walk out the room if you have to, because that's all you came here to do was talk for you. That's all I had to say.
Right. So I agree with you, Malika, on everything you just said. So, like you just said, the way she showed up to her daughter's table makes you wonder who showed up to her table like that. You know what I'm saying? Who came to her table like that? Because now this seems like a generational thing. You know what I'm saying? Now it's getting passed down to your daughter. It went to you. It's getting passed down to your daughter. You don't know how to correct it because you're so used to it. She's used to being like that. The environment, the people that she keeps around her, she's probably used to that. You know what I'm saying? She has to be, she wants to feel the need to be needed. You know what I'm saying? She has to. That's her power. You know what I'm saying? Without that, she's powerless. You know what I'm saying? She has to have that in controlness. So, you know what I'm saying? It just goes with the environment that she was raised in as well. So could have been her parents, you know what I'm saying? Like, passed down, that energy passed down to her, you know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
That she's so used to carrying other people's weight, her daughter's weight. She don't even know, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She don't even know where she at.
Right. Well, I feel where everybody's coming from. But see, these are the kind of questions I have. Like, did she even want that child in the first place? Does she resent that child for having to have the child if she couldn't have an abortion for whatever the reason? You see what I'm saying? Do y'all
Or
know how
maybe she
many?
wanted a boy instead of a girl.
That could be too. But my point is this: these celebrities, just like with everyday people, these celebrities have kids for nothing more than props. Let's be real. That's all I have to say.
Go ahead,
You know,
Charming. Go ahead, Charming.
Oh no.
Charmin.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just green.
Well, I want to respond to one of y'all said that about her career. Sometimes they put the career first. That was Malika. Then sometimes they put the career first about the baby, or was that Aubrey?
With the parents of the celebrity children.
No, that was Charming.
That was
Charming
Charmin.
said sometimes their career, comes first. And I agree. Let me say this. She's a horrible actress. How dare you put that horrible career? And let me be clear, because now I'm in my feelings. Lisa Ray is a horrible actress, and whatever she had to do to get the role in Players Club and whatever success she found outside of that, can anybody else name a Lisa Ray movie? She has a show on BET, correct? How did she get that? Let's be clear. Lisa Ray is not famous for her acting skills. Her pussy is famous. Your pussy is famous because it married a motherfucking prince or a king, whatever he was over in that other country. That is what made you famous. So how dare you even show up like that? Go ahead, Charming.
Are you talking about the Queen Mother of Ghana thing?
Yes.
Like, is that what you're referencing? So I just did a Wikipedia search. We all know Wikipedia could be wrong, but it also could be right. It says that she incorrectly refers to herself as such, Queen Mother of Ghana, and it says that her claims and uncritical reporting of American media outlets were widely mocked on Ghanaian social media, with journalist Nana Aba Anamoa accusing her of ignorance and noting that the title does not exist, as Ghana is a republic, not a monarchy. So she was crowned Queen Mother during a ceremony at a Los Angeles nightclub in September 2019. She was given the title by, listen to this, Yahweh ben Yahweh ben Yahweh, a self-proclaimed imperial king and former member of a hip-hop group from Orange County, Florida. McCoy stated that to have such an honor bestowed upon me by my own African people is a testament to my hard work and character. Yahweh refers to himself as the Imperial Majesty King Yahweh, the Holy Ghost. And in turn purchased the title of, I can't pronounce the name, from a chief of a small town in Ghana. So
why it had to be
having a lot of technical difficulties in the beginning. So I don't know what the conversation you guys had, because I really didn't hear a lot. It was very skipping, but I did want to say that because I came across that and I feel like that's very fucking comical.
I came across somebody, and that's what I was trying to get to understand. I've never heard of this title, but she says this is what she is. That's what they have put it in the paper. She was crowned as Queen Mother of Ghana Central Region, according to Agona Kwesikin. I can't pronounce that shit. There are several pictures of her in Ghana being crowned. You know what I'm saying? So in some sort of nightclub, that don't look like that's what we're looking at. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they do not want to be mocked about putting her as such. Now, wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Bitch, you got to be kidding me. Bitch, they is in a nightclub.
The eyes, y'all. Let me send the eyes. That's the eyes emoji.
They are in a nightclub.
For real?
Let me tell you. Bitch, I know nightclub when I see nightclub.
Oh, you throwed it back really nice. We're going to make you the Queen Mother. Okay. What? Okay.
That exit sign has nightclub written all the fuck over it.
And you know what? She did look like that she was on them little, they got them little stages, girl, for the performances in the clubs. They put her on the stage.
Not the committee. T to be told, saying that they utilized the set of the Players Club.
Yeah.
Listen, this why. Let me go get my charger because I have to watch the chat. Committee, I got you.
Completely done after that.
That's funny.
But what I read, according to Agona, whoever that is, said that she was handpicked because of all of her humanitarian stuffs. I don't even know what that fucking mean. We keep trying to figure out what that mean. We ain't seen this bitch do shit. And again, she is not famous for anything but being married to a fucking whoever he was. Because
maybe that is why Kevin shaded her the way that he did. and saying why he said it in the way that he said it. Because you like, why are you saying that? Queen who? So he shaded her because he knew that it wasn't what was given.
He kept saying across the water royalty. And I'm like, who? I'm thinking, who could that possibly be? Anyway, let us take a break, y'all, because when we come back, Carbon, I believe, will be speaking. Is that Carbon? That's yours, Carbon?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna tap out for a quick second. And when we come back, go straight into it, you guys. And do what y'all do, okay? All right.
We'll do, Captain.
That is a vow, yeah, that is a promise. Always wanted to be famous, just being real, yeah, just being honest. My haters won't always be nameless, give them no clout, I give them no power. Creators built different, they ancient, sooner than later, all will be ours. I keep an eye out for the numbers, I stay in contact, synchronization. To infinity, even beyond it, I am a common, no destination. A lot of things I am above, and there are a lot of things that are above me. Do not come for the people I love, cause then I get scary, then I get uglier. Ain't no problem when I'm the equation. Presence loaded, observation. I'm not Louis, reborn creation. Come and find me, sending location. Ain't no problem when I'm the equation. Presence loaded, observation. I'm not Louis, reborn creation. Come and find me, sending location. Enlightened, they call me a siren. You never receive my guidance. Don't give it all in or fight it. Learn to obey and ignite it. Rules make it more defiant. Yet I'll never be compliant. Yet I gotta tell to a science. It's so much more than a mindset. Gotta start right now, gotta change it. Take it all back, reclaim it. Don't wait your turn, just say it. Don't get too high, stay waiting. Yet turn it right now to matrix. They know that the mind can play tricks. Their message is clear, it's blatant. It's blatant.
Hey y'all, we back. So, has, has anybody on this panel heard about Yeezy as far as since he's been dropped in Adidas? They expected their stocks to drop, don't get me wrong, but they didn't expect them to drop that the way that they are dropping. And they're dropping to the point now to where they're talking about bankruptcy. So I was just trying to figure out, has anybody else heard anything about this?
No,
but
this is news to me.
No.
I definitely heard about that when it happened with Run DMC back in the day when they were going to file for bankruptcy then before a Melanite group saved their life and brought them back to life based off of them doing the Adidas song, the My Adidas. And so they signed a deal and then they ended up Adidas ended up blowing up after that. And then Run DMC got out of that deal and created their own lane. So I've heard of the bankruptcy when it comes to Adidas before and that being tied into Melanite saving the day. And I'm seeing that it's still current for them.
But you know what? That's ironic. So the Melanite saved them, and the Melanite is bringing them down.
Right. But look though, y'all know that Ivy Park is a part of Adidas as well. So that could possibly keep them afloat for a little bit. But I did hear that because they were not gonna put they were not gonna put them under Kanye or something. They were just gonna do the Yeezys as Adidas. That was a change that they were making. But I didn't know anything about them going into a bankruptcy or any of that. So this is new to me.
Yeah.
But wasn't Kanye like their biggest supporter, like their biggest contract?
Yeah, that was like their biggest contract before Beyonce.
I think the thing with them was that they owned the designs of the Yeezys, but they didn't own the name of the Yeezys. So I think they were saying they were just going to put out the shoes with the same designs with no name on it.
Yes.
And that was kind of their like teasing, but people like their name brand. So, you gonna put out a Adidas Yeezy shoe?
Now, come on,
I don't know.
Charming. After the
Well,
way,
but that tell you
the
who
way
was
that they
buying the
let him
shoes.
go, right? But after the way that they let him go, which Melanite is gonna feel comfortable walking in the one without Yeezy's name on it, knowing that they still supported this business after the business didn't support us? And that goes back, Carmen, to what you were saying earlier, because I'm not even gonna give the credit to a Melanite taking them down, because I want to encourage companies to pay attention to what this is. Adidas made that choice. They took themselves down after Melanites have saved them time and time again. Kanye saved them when he brought his shoes to them, when they lined up with that deal, and they made a choice to let him go under the scrutiny and under the fire of the pressure of whatever. They let him go, and it's their fault, and it needs to be paid attention to. There is power in our dollar. There's power in our creations. And you slip up on that and show that you don't align with us and you only rock with us when you're winning. If we go through something, you're going to pull out. Oh, wait, pull out.
No pun
I forgot what I was
Okay.
saying, y'all.
It's giving they trying to do a domino effect. Like if we can just do this in every type of situation platform, you know what I'm saying? Even with Kyrie in the NBA, you know what I'm saying? Like
You know what? My
you know
grandmama
what I'm
used to
saying? Let's
say,
force them.
monkey see, monkey do.
Right. Chaz, you know we can't see you, right? Just letting you know.
No, I didn't know that. I can see everybody on this panel in here is one. Okay, let me come back here. I'm gonna drop down and I'm gonna come back and see if that worked.
It's that box
Okay.
five.
Okay.
Yes, that's
Staying
fine.
on Yeezy, do you guys think
I
he
think
changed his
this is
name because
the Adidas stock.
go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, I think this
No,
is
go
the
ahead.
Adidas stock. It says Adidas AG on the top, but if you look, you can plummet right here on this little edge right here. I think this is from today.
Wow.
Okay.
So you can see this, their stock literally goes up and people buy it while it's cheap, and then it literally is not coming back for a long time. So
dropped.
Wow. Wow.
It's unfortunate Adidas made a bad
It is.
decision.
It is. So, do you guys think then his name change has anything to do with anything as far as contracts and these deals that he's getting out of and all that? They have a contract with Kanye West, not Yeezy. You feel what I'm saying? You think he
I feel
changed to
like
kind of free himself?
you're onto something. Because I don't actually know why he changed his name. Royal would know because he keeps up with all the music stuff. I don't know exactly why he changed his name, but I feel like you're onto something because we're all like, I don't know if I'm sure most of us are aware that our names are attached to like our social security, and like they are like codes for us, for them to keep track of us to a certain degree. So in terms of like in the system. But I feel like when we watch Doja Cat and she introduced herself as her real name, that's them, pointing that out and telling us that they're not trying to be attached to those names. Like we seen it. Most Def changed his name to Yasin Bey. Like people are realizing that these names have power over them just because that's their music industry name. So just by identifying as that, they still hold a certain power over you.
And I agree with you, Charmin. When you think about it in context of Diddy, how he keeps changing his name, and even when he goes into the business, when it comes to alcohol and whatnot, he's like branding himself on each alcohol he has. Wasn't it Ciroc at first, and now it's like Darion, I believe. But that tequila. But he literally keeps branding himself. Even with Rihanna, you learn she does things with Robin and Fenty. You
Yes,
see things are
Fenty.
starting to, yeah, they are branding themselves in certain brackets because these are brackets that'll keep them like withheld from certain contracts, withheld from certain plethoras that you can't really get your money and your hand onto. They can still kind of be free in a sense to where they don't have that name that they were given. It's kind of like the movie Spirited Away. If anybody ever seen that, she was given her name, like her real name, but when she walked into the business, they had took her name and changed it to Chihiro. And literally, that was when she was given a name that was who she was. She came in branded already as herself. But in that industry, when she walked into that area where she had to get her name changed into that industry. She became that other sin. She became sin and had to live life and give ode to sin, but she still had to remember my name is Chihiro and I still have royalties with this name. But here, this is what my name is with this contract. And it shows you that way. If you remember Spirited Away, that was a contract in such a easy debunking sense for people. If you are into animation, that was like an easy way for us to kind of get that comprehension of it with our names to just give an example of what Charming is saying. If you get it, it's like a anime nerdy thing, but it's a tie into it.
You know,
No,
that
it
That
makes
makes
a lot of sense. It
yeah.
really does, though.
I was
that's a
gonna
really
say,
oh, go
uh,
ahead.
uh,
Oh, Chaz, you're back, but I can't see you again.
oh
Right.
God,
Again.
this is crazy, y'all. Can y'all see me now?
We can hear you.
No.
We just can't see you.
Oh my
Not
goodness, this
yet.
is
Yeah.
wild.
Okay.
What about now?
No, it's not
No,
looking
not
This,
like
yet.
we can't see you now. We cannot see you now.
this is annoying. I think it's the box. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's that side.
Yeah,
It's
it
that
gotta
box
be
down there.
something because still
Well, we can
Still.
hear you. It just is what
Yeah,
okay.
it
and that's all
is.
that matters.
This
Yeah.
sucks,
I was
y'all.
gonna
This
say,
sucks.
Malika, what were you gonna say? It does.
I was gonna say that's funny that we are talking about this as far as names, the power of the name, the naming in the industry. Because Layla Ali is going through the same thing with her father being gone. The industry basically owns his name. You know what I'm saying? So she's going through some things of her business, being brought into her father's because of the name thing. They own
Yeah.
Ali. You know what I'm saying? So she's out. So this whole topic that we talking about, she's going exactly through the same thing because her name is owned by the Jews, basically.
These companies.
I was
Oh,
I
go ahead,
was gonna
Malika.
say that that's a pretty dope workaround that I never thought about before because I have signed a few contracts where they make sure that all the PKAs are listed. But now thinking about that, because there's permissions that you either have to submit written documentation to ask permission. For instance, with my songs, I have to ask permission to perform certain songs. If it's specified in a contract that I'm not allowed to do or perform that song. I've heard workarounds before of like doing an acoustic version. So you can do your acoustic version because it's not the one that's included in the contract. So you ensure that you list the specific song type in your contract so you can be free to do what you please. But thinking about changing the name, that definitely separates you from all of that. Because
Yeah.
yes, you could come after Malika if I'm performing
Hmm.
as that, but if I'm performing as Mally the baddest on the block, you can't get me.
But that is an old school tactic. All record labels do it, y'all. They will take your stage name, trademark it without you knowing it, so they own you. So if you ever try to leave and use that name, they can shut you down because you don't own your name. So now you've built an empire under Malika Music, but you can't use Malika Music. So now you got to come up with a whole new name and a whole new branding and a whole new, unless you're gonna play ball with them. It happens every day. That's the reason why I brought it up. I wonder if it was that kind of situation where somebody bought his name, trademarked his
I
shit
actually
without
love
his
that you brought it
knowledge.
up though.
Literally, you got my
Yeah.
my light bulbs like ding, 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 because now
Yeah.
I'm thinking about all of these big artists. And even Beyonce does it. She's like Beyonce, Mrs. Carter. So
Mm.
she has all of these different names that you can call her B, the queen, all of these things. And it's like everybody knows what these names mean. But what's trademarked has always been Beyonce. They made that, they trickled that, diamond that
It's
up
kind
with
of
a little apostrophe and everything.
they make it real easy for these artists to develop alter egos. And I
Mm-hmm.
say develop because I think if it's less of a development and more of a manipulation. I always think about when Governess interviewed with Naya Rivera, and she was talking about how they kept slowly telling her she needs to lose just a little bit of weight. Like, she looks great, you look great, but just you'll do good with just a little bit. Like, you're literally altering your perception of yourself, and therefore, with the power, whatever they have, creating alter egos. So I feel like it makes it easy to control. We talk about triggers. We talk about words in songs being triggers. One thing, and now all of a sudden you're moved into your alter ego, and you may not even be able to control that alter ego because you don't know who that is.
I feel you on that. I feel you
I
on
love the
that.
gears that you gave us with that question, though. Gratitude, Carbon. That was
You
a
go
good
ahead.
question.
Not a problem. I be thinking sometimes, every now and then, every now and then. Um, yes. Who's okay? So let's move on. Three women were found dead in Mexico. Whose story was this? I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I think it was Charming's, but I have a story to add on to it. I'm gonna quickly say it before she gets in, though. It's like the story of it was someone at a resort in Mexico. A result. Well, they did result in unaliving, but they were decapitated in the resort in Mexico, and it was a Melanite as well. And nobody can comprehend how it happened or what happened. And then later in that same instance, it was all for like the Day of the Dead sequence in October. This had happened as well to tie into Charming's story. Oh, hey.
Literally, yes, because um the three people I'm talking about, they were there for Dia de los Muertos as well, according to their families. I read one article, like a quick one. Their family said they were going to visit for that celebration. And according to this article, it says that it could have been caused by a gas inhalation. So another probably fentanyl thing, because I feel like this has to be some sort. This, it always boils down to being an energy harvest. A ritual of some sort. Because what are the chances that it's over the same weekend, and this tragedy happens, and then not only that, it's being blasted across the news, or to a certain degree, about both of these things. So Airbnb is going to be under a lot of fire after this, because they were already starting to be under a lot of fire. They're not regulated enough in terms of just like money, but obviously in terms of safety, in terms of them having cameras in the house. And people are starting to realize Airbnb is a very big capitalistic, dangerous scheme. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with this, because something has to come out of this with it being, back to back. So what do y'all think?
I want to say something because you made me think of it, because I stay in a lot of Airbnbs from time to time as well, and I found that they do put cameras in there, but nobody is going to regulate it because you don't know where the cameras are. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have to tell you where they are. So for me, that raises a whole nother factor, because I always think about that, which is why I always opt to go to hotels instead of Airbnbs, because you don't know. And they do that.
Not to make you nervous, but you got to be careful with the hotels too, because I just saw something the other day where the man was going through the room with his people, and they was finding cameras in the air conditioning. They was finding cameras, I mean, in everything. So this day and age, you might as well get you one of those camera sweepers where you look through, and it's like a red little dot, and if it's a red little dot, you're actually being recorded on camera, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, even hotels, you got to be careful this day and age. You just do.
Absolutely. I believe that. Sometimes I have feelings like, and I start looking at the vent and shit. Like, is that really a motherfucking water thing? You know what I mean? Like a water sprinkler? Like, is that what that is? But you never
Yeah.
know. So you do have to be careful.
I was going to be a little bit of a nerd. Just to confirm with the people in the comments, it was two men and a woman that were found as well. And I'm going to be a little of a nerd. It feels like when they drop certain movies, like the movie Barbarian, certain stories like this start rolling out, and certain things start. It's like, mm, let's see if they'll pay attention and whatnot. And that was about Airbnb and how it was an underground, like whole situation under there, and how that had orchestrated with underground beings and whatnot. But I just really thought that was intriguing too. And the sense of the whole carbon monoxide gas. Now, how was that going from a club into an Airbnb as well? That's something to really make you think that how was that even orchestrated? Like, who set that up? Like, that even goes in perception of the Barbarian movie. There was always somebody in that home. Like it makes you think there are hidden compartments, hidden things. Everything is not what you see. And that's what I'm starting to get from some of these stories. Everything is not what it seems, and there's always a little more than just cameras and a little more than just what you think. When they tell you there's underground places or there's hidden places, we have to start thinking like that, that it might look like a normal, regular place, but it's not. There's always something. Always.
So I was looking at we were just having this conversation. When you are traveling, I know everybody wants to get out and explore and have a great time, especially being from Jamaica. There's a lot of people that ask me, like, is it safe to go to Jamaica? Look, for me, unless I am with my people, resort. If I have a tour that's scheduled with the resort, I will take a tour with the resort. Everywhere is crazy. Everywhere is backwards. So you even have in the States, it's just because we know here, but even when you're in a new city or a new place, you realize like, oh no, I don't know this area. So let me go ahead or you might drive down the street and be like, nah, I might have turned down the wrong one. Let me go ahead and turn around. There's a big difference when you're in these other countries where the culture is completely different than your own. So if there's that reaction here, getting lost or being in a different environment, imagine what it is there. And there are percentages, there are rates of US citizens, especially Mennonite. I've heard it for the Dominican Republic. I've heard it with Mexico. I've heard it with a few different places where, and there's also been attacks in the Caribbean as well for tourists that travel there. Mind your P's and Q's. Spend your money. You're going on vacation. Don't be cheap with yourself. A lot of times when you find these 4 and 5 star resorts, the all-inclusive ones, you don't even want to leave. You know, you just want to stay there because they have everything for you there. Focus on that. Don't be trying to run up to nobody asking where you can get the smoke set, because that's dangerous too in a lot of places. I mean, even in Mexico, 43 students just went missing, and they found out that, I guess, a group of people, I won't mention the group of people's name because don't look for me. A group of people attacked them, killed them, and buried them because they thought that they were rivals. 43 students. So do I really want to walk around by myself in the streets out there? Another last tip: follow bloggers, especially Mennonite travel vloggers, because they will tell you which places they feel are safe to go to. And a lot of them have videos specifically on safety with traveling by yourself or small groups to these different places.
Yeah, just put it in perspective. Don't care where you go in the world, okay? Whether it's in the States or out of States, just piggybacking off of you. You're going to have your good parts and you're going to have your bad parts. That's anywhere. What state, city, doesn't matter where you go. And as long as you do what Malika said, and I say follow your damn intuition, okay? Follow your spidey senses, should be okay.
But see, also, Carmen and Malika, that is part of us anyway, because as a Melanite, what does anything that people teach you in your family? Street sense. You gonna know that automatically, right, wrong. You gonna know, I don't need to go this way. I don't need to go that way because it could possibly be wrong. So if you kind of incorporate your street sense with where you are in that new area, you gonna be a-okay. But y'all better listen to Malika and Carbon for y'all be over there slayed out over there in them folks' country.
Man, okay. Well, moving right along, y'all. Deadly games. Do you want to play? Huh? What's this deadly game we talking about?
So this is something that ran across my feed and I was like, what is this and why? It says, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that headset there? What they're saying is the founder of the Oculus claims to have created a VR set that will kill the user if they die or if they're unalived in the game that they're playing. Oh, let me show it one more time. And this is on Future's TV Mob, but I've seen it on a lot of different platforms on Instagram as well, where they're speaking about this. So they're saying that the Oculus founder, he is very intrigued in the connection between VR and real life, and he wants it to be as realistic of an experience as possible. And so allegedly, supposedly, he has created this headset where, you heard me when I said it, you heard it right. When you wear this specific headset, if you play the game, and in the game you are unalived, then you will also be unalived in real life.
Sound like some genome shit to me.
That's a fucking movie.
The
That is a
thing that
movie.
That there
it
is
is.
literally a movie. It's
Yeah.
called. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Charmy.
I gotta look it up because I forgot. It's a really simple
Okay.
name, but yes, there's literally a movie. So I don't make my point pointless. I'm gonna say, I find it interesting that they didn't find this problematic to put out and tell us. Like nobody thought maybe we shouldn't tell people about this just yet. Like maybe we should step back and look at this a little bit deeper and what the impact might be. But they just said, fuck it. He can kill people in the game. Let's let everybody know so they can come buy one. I find it very telling.
But can you imagine how many of these like the TikTokers that do the challenges and stuff? Like everyone who does the spicy chip challenge. Do you know how many babies are gonna try? Because there's some of them that were sent to the hospital, by the way, for doing the spicy chip challenge, and it just ain't worth it. Do you know how many children might try to sneak this into their home because their friends told them this is something you should play? Or even you have situations with the bullies who friend up and nice up the young child that's being bullied. What if they're like, we got a gift for you and we want you to take it home and enjoy it? You know, I'm thinking about that generation and the people that will do anything for TV. Social media is TV right now. You know, they'll do anything for it. Like, and those are going to get the most views, honestly, because people
look,
like, oh, stuff. Go ahead.
sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, no. I was gonna piggyback off you. Let's take it even simpler, Malika. Just a simple sleepover, and the homie want to play the video game. You know what I'm saying? So if the homie die at a sleepover in the game, now what? That's all I want to say, Malika. I'm sorry.
So, Governess, I saw that you put up that the name of the hey baby. I saw that you put up that the name of the movie. Somebody, one of the cousins in the committee, they said that it was Stay Alive, and that is the movie. It says teenagers decide to pass idle time by playing an online game that has a horror theme, but the action taking place on their computer screens becomes a terrifying reality when they realize that each time a character unalives during the game, the figure's human overseer unalives as well.
So, like 3 different people put up. So this must be more than just one thing, because it was Stay Alive, and then Ready Player One is also one, and then somebody else said Black Mirror. So they must have this themed a couple times. I remember the Ready Player One. I think that may also be what I was looking at or heard.
They've also
I
incorporated it
found another
into
one.
the sex world though as well, and people
That's a
should
good one.
watch
This is
out for
one
that.
from this movie is from 2022. It's called Choose or Die, and it's literally about the same thing. And it's about it says a coder stumbles upon a text-based retro game and tries to beat it, but discovers that it's a cursed game. And it eerily reflects real life, and the choices she is forced to make start to turn deadly. And as the old adage says, if you, I think that's how you pronounce it, if you die in the game, you definitely die in real life. So that's new. That's newer. So
Malika, you didn't even tell them the best part, which is the 3 chamber at the top of the helmet that basically would fuck up your brain once you die. That's how you die. It sends something to the brain and it destroys the brain.
So could it be still doing that anyway?
Pretty sure there's going to be some
Nobody's
effect.
going to know if you really lost the game.
That's very true.
I guess they just was going to drop dead, honey. And
this is genome shit.
But they kind of introduced it to us with that Pokemon Go and stuff. You know, when people were getting killed already, and it wasn't VR yet, and they were trying to go and catch these little Pokemon with their phone. They introduced it in such a small way, little baby increments. But people were getting hurt trying to capture those Pokemon on their phone virtually from things like that already. This has just gone to the multitude of
I remember
everything.
that because
I do.
Because I remember that it's because in the game they were placing the Pokemon in places that you couldn't reach.
Hmm.
They were placing the goals in places that were potentially dangerous, and it's like if it's done on accident, it's done on accident on purpose, because you don't make a game that people are on foot walking to achieve and don't take into account the places that you're putting these things at, you know? So.
Now, Jose was saying that there's an erotic lane for VR. I mean, it just made me think about the group me that you all should be signed up for already, and the uses of the VR connection for a sexual experience where there's no expound, please, Jose. I'm just saying.
Basically, you can go ahead and get in a VR meeting, and you put on the headset, and you can have sex with whoever you want. You can give fellatio, give head. You can get fucked, pound it out however you want. You can be in different areas of the room. Uh, the little clips that I sent the group, it was like one lady, she was in the room, and I think her husband walked in on her, but she was giving head to someone else in the game. She was going in. And then the other was a couple. He was in one room and he was in the other room. And although they weren't in the same room, they were sleeping with each other. Like they just were having, he's in the living room and he's in the bedroom, and they're just going at it, having a time of their life. It's like it gives you a different character to be, and you get to play that character, and it's kind of like Black Mirror in a sense. When they had that one episode on there, it's kind of like that, and you get to live that life now. You get to experience, amping the sex game up and being a cartoon character vixen, I guess.
That's what they want. They want us to all live in a virtual reality. That's what the plight of this shit is. That's where we're headed to anyway, seems like to me. Like, and again, make sure you sign up for these group me's. We about to put some shit in there. We have a dating one for heterosexual. Remember when I said the May, what is it? The May Gales. We have the gay males and lesbians for the dating, as well as the group sex. And you can post whatever you like in there. No pedophilia or no bestiality, of course, but everything else goes. And we're going to start getting this shit popping. It's a one-time $25 fee for you to get in there and co-mingle with people and post and be as nasty as you want in the sex group, and date and find your love, maybe the love of your fucking life, in the other groups. So I say you jump in and give it a try. And don't forget that we are opening back up Black Magic, as well as we have What You Own, the Melanite Sex Hotline that will be that's already set up. It's going, the website is up. We just need to staff now. We have, let's take a pause. We have 6 spots that we're hiring for. And I have a lot of candidates. We're hiring for the spot of Stacy. Child, let me put myself up on the screen so y'all can see this, because we have 6 slots. And if you feel, and I hope the real people ain't motherfucking watching, bitch, because you are now these people. We're hiring for the spot of Stacy. You could be Stacy, and I came up with these names. These are not these motherfuckers' names. I came up with it. You could be Leo. Carmen, Hanky. What if somebody was like, that's me? Diamond. Or Ken, who does not have a face. So you could possibly be any one of these people. Okay, and period. Working on listen, baby, you gotta quit pooping. Okay. My God, she's tearing my nose up over here for the last 20 minutes. My goodness, she's a gassy little bitty thing. Lexi, come here.
Baby, a dog fart will fuck you up.
It will sing you out the room. Okay.
Everybody say, can we see her?
It'd be silently deadly at the same time.
Hey,
look at that.
You was not about to do nothing but lay at my feet.
Listen, whoever is gonna be dining, y'all need to come with it.
Come with it. So
Maybe
you
Leo
may be
too.
able to be one of those people. We still have 20 minutes left in this here show. So let's talk about this bit, shall we?
Yes, we shall. Let me go ahead and pull this up for you.
She always doing
Okay, so
something
we
though. She always saying something, doing something. Go ahead.
well, listen, the Kyrie and the Yeezy, the whole conversation, you got people that are going back and digging up stuff. So with the whole debacle that is the Jews against us in the moment and wanting to give people rules that they need to live by and tell people when they should feel and how they should feel and whatever the case is in regards to our history. There is someone who, let me give credit where credit is due, Rashad Singleton and True Hebrews United. They went ahead and dug up some information, and the caption literally says, "Since y'all want to play, let's play. This is real anti-Semitism." Can you all see her? This is Sarah Silverman. And the top line, oh, here we go. If you all do not know who Sarah Silverman is, she's a comedian. She's in a lot of shows also. And I actually watched her and I thought she was funny. But now that I see this, I'm like, what's going on? But it says,
She's a
did this
cunt.
so there were some shows that I saw and I was like, this is a good show. And okay, these people are great together. Ooh, yay. But anyway, did this so-called Jewish woman do an apology tour and donate $500,000 to a Black organization for this? And I feel like the reason why I wanted to bring this up, there you go, Phantom. The reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I feel like we are held to certain standards by everyone else. Everyone else wants to tell us what to do and when to do it and how to do it. And I think the person who ended up making a really good point on it is our friend, whose brother is he? Sister, brother, husband, sister, wife, Nick Cannon, and who was it that he was on Twitter flirting with? Do you remember when he was saying like I'm
You
on
see
the
my
stage?
tail?
No, Nick Cannon and the gentleman who's going to space. He's leaving us all. The tech. Oh my gosh, is it
Oh,
Elon?
Elon Musk.
Right. So Elon Musk brother husband, because sister wives brother husband. Yeah, him. Nick Cannon came out and he actually spoke on the situation with Kanye. And I feel like it's not Kanye, I'm sorry, Kylie. And I feel like it's one of the deepest and dopest things that I've heard said. One of, not the most, but one of them in regards to buck breaking and how they're utilizing that now. And then it goes to show that they are not held to the same that we are. And it's so frustrating, but I'm going to play this for you very quickly so that you can hear this. And then I want your thoughts, cousins. Turn this up.
Kyrie Irving is not. I can wholeheartedly say I know Kyrie Irving is not anti-Semitic.
When given the chance to say, are you anti-Semitic? He didn't say, no, I'm not anti-Semitic. At the press conference, tell us about that movie, White Did. He said, stop dehumanizing me. And the movie is saying white Jews invented the Holocaust and 6 million Jews didn't get killed. Okay, I know that isn't right.
Right.
There's a gigantic historical record. Jewish people know when you dehumanize us this way, we know what's around the corner.
So in that same statement as those are the tropes that dehumanize Jewish people, the same buck breaking.
What's that? I don't really know what that means, to be perfectly honest.
The slave masters would bring the buck, the one that gets out of line. So all the other slaves would see lash after lash, showed them the power to set an example. This is what you must do to fall in line. So when we see the 6 things that Kyrie must do to get his job back.
So what he's breaking down there is the fact that we are not only seeing a public lynching, we're also seeing public buck breaking, which was used. Go ahead, governess. Go ahead, governess.
I have a question because, okay, Bucky naked. When we say that, that means that's where that comes from, buck breaking, because they would make them get naked. Let's be clear. He said whip them. Buck breaking was them fucking men in the ass in front of everyone, especially their wives and women, to break them down. That is buck breaking.
Mm-hmm. But I'm sure he was watching his mouth, because he's always going to stay censored, because some people are afraid to just go on ahead and let it be, and let it be said the way that it is. But at the end of the day, I am still glad that it was said, because the ignorance of, well, what is that? What is buck breaking exactly? I've never even heard of that. The fact that I can name people from your history and what y'all are upset about, but you don't even know the tactics that were used against us to condition us away from ourselves and to make us have to deal for such a long time in regards to PTSD from slavery over generations and generations. The things that have made us have to look at ourselves and have lack of self-love and lack of self-power and compare ourselves to all these other groups of people and wonder why we're not where they're at and what are we doing wrong, when it's really what's been done wrong to us. And you can sit there and say, well, what is that? It's so aggravating to me. And I think that's what that picture of Sarah did for me as well. Because why don't you hold your people to the same accountability that you're holding this man to for posting a link, even though you still, once again, have not mentioned Amazon or the creators for making it available. Go ahead, Carbon. Sorry.
And let's talk about. Oh, you go get first, Carbon.
Oh no, the only thing I was gonna say, piggyback off Malika, was just talking about he's gonna be politically correct. Talking about nigga, yeah, because he just got a show back 5 minutes ago. He ain't trying to lose that shit.
I think I seen someone post that Kyrie should have just said he's just here so he don't get fined. But I thought that was funny. But let's talk about the things that they require out of him. It's just a bunch of money. Pay white people, nigga. Pay us a little bit more than you already do, because I don't know if you guys have been seeing it, but before all this, if you look up like what he has, like the money he has given to different organizations and stuff like that, it's vast, and it's kind of to mostly Melanites. He literally has donated money in secret to lots of different things. You can kind of just do a quick Google. So I find it really funny that they're like, okay, donate to this white organization, donate to this white organization, give us this amount of money, because it's like, it's so obvious what they're doing, but only we can see it because it's been done before, and they have a really good programming grip on all these other people who are, just spewing what they're seeing on the internet. So as soon as I seen that, I was like, this is a pay us more money if you want your job. Like, that's all it is.
I just wanted you go ahead, Aubrey. I see you.
Listen, my whole thing was with this whole, why does it have to be 6 things that you have to do? I felt like that he did not have to go into, full depth of explaining what he needed to explain. He said what the fuck he said. And he meant that shit, But at the end of the day, y'all making him do these 6 tactics in order for him to get his job back. You're taking the whole thing about being a basketball player. So now this is a business. So in order for you to play, now you have to be in a business type stance in order for you to be able to play basketball, which is a sport. But you can't have a freedom of speech. Like, make that make sense. But you're gonna fine me as if this is a ticket and you're the police.
He's not even being fined for anything he said, right? He's being fined for posting the link. Like, that's what this is all about, right? It's not even actually what he said. It's the link to the documentary. I feel like is what most is about.
I feel like they're trying to do it for both of it, for him saying whatever he had to say in regards to that, and on top of him promoting the actual documentary that he watched. So it's kind of like, we just need you to shut up all in one. So because you said something and you gave them an outlet to go in and see what needs to go on to wake the people up, this is the punishment that you're going to get for that. Which was just all the way told the fuck up. And I feel like LeBron James didn't have his back like he should have either.
Well, no, he's a
Yes, we
sellout.
always
Why
have
would
somebody
he?
like that. That's a sellout. I was gonna say we're seeing the same instance with Kyrie as it was with Colin Kaepernick. If you start to think back, these are things that it's when they say history repeats itself, it's just a little different now. There is a little more added on. There's a more plus tax with this. It's not just okay, shut up, we're gonna take this away from you and Yeah, they gave him his honorable mentions later, and he's back to doing what he does now. But Kyrie struck a nerve, because they felt like he didn't use his voice, but his mannerisms were still strong with Colin. But this one, it struck a nerve. It's like, this one used his voice. We need them to know that freedom of speech just cannot be going on right now. And they're doing that with so many things with Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. And you see when they make those little breaches, they have an issue. They're going to add text. And uh, to add to the comment with Malika, they know what breaking the buck means. When it comes down to breaking the buck, you guys do it when it comes to fraternities. It comes to sororities. There are several ways that you all know that you break the buck. And even if it's not the olden days and how you used to do it, you still go around and you still haze in a certain way, verbally or mentally or emotionally. You know what breaking the buck is. Let's not play stupid. We know what breaking the buck is. It might be a different form now, but you do it a little different with the mind. No one's stupid here. Stop playing us.
I was gonna
That
say,
is a. Oh, go for it, Chaz. My bad.
I was gonna say, I think people like get it confused that just because it's a sport, that everything that's done on a normal day-to-day basis, you know what I'm saying? If you believe in slavery, that sports can't have it too, you know what I'm saying? Or any profession or anything that you do in life cannot have it too. It's different forms and different ways of it, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like he was trying to make a statement, you know what I'm saying? And had to, like I said with the Kanye thing, it has to start somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And because they didn't agree, because they knew that they was wrong and they really didn't have a comeback with it. You see what I'm saying? He's really not, he's just trying to make a statement like, let me do this just to strike a nerve to see what their reaction is going to be. Now y'all see what the reaction is going to be, and y'all still, what are y'all going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I expected LeBron to be that person that he is, because he has always been that person that they wanted him to be. That's what he was created for. He has always been there. So when he said what he said, I wasn't surprised, because that's what he was there for in the first place. Just like the thing with Brittany Griner, them women in the WNBA, Lisa Leslie, she's that person. You know what I'm saying? So if she comes on and say anything, they're going to follow behind what she says. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to believe, you know what I'm saying? It's a mind thing. Like I said, it's a mentality thing. Like, you have to be really broken. If you know anything about LeBron, his history, about his parenthood and all that, they got him young, way young. You know what I'm saying? They start you off real small. He grew up in that industry. You know what I'm saying? They start you off real small and they mind train you to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's different levels to things like that. So they thought bringing LeBron James in and doing that people was gonna start to agree with LeBron said, but he's in the wrong too, because how do you not see that this is you don't this is what did he say? This is and it really I wasn't surprised that he said it, but it was just like, wow. The moment you put all this fun into black colleges, you do all of this for so-called for black people, but that time that man needed you to be there, you stood up there and you downplayed the whole thing of it. Like,
Well,
you
that's
are the
because he's a part of it.
exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm so glad you brought up LeBron, because I would like us to think back to one of our favorite movies, Space Jam. Charles Barkley, they got him in the movie. Who was in the most recent Space Jam? LeBron. He was the main character in the most recent Space Jam. They're telling you straight up about specifically the basketball industry and about how they literally, I think they turned on each other in the movie. Once they became strange, weren't they literally being like weren't they turning on each other and like talking shit about each other? I don't quite remember. I haven't seen it in a while, but I just wanted to point that out, because I think we forgot that they tell us these things. And like Carbon said, and like Chaz said, LeBron has been in it, and they told us specifically when he went through with it. I have another question, a devil's advocate question as well. I seen on Twitter, and it made me think. Basically, someone said like, don't control, or don't we shouldn't be trust anybody, who are in these positions, because they could be controlled opposition. So what do you guys think about them being potential controlled opposition?
That's a lot of that going on. Honestly, I believe that. It's a lot of that going on.
You
Like
don't make,
Sarah Silverman with the blackface.
yeah.
She was paid to do that. They
You
told
don't
her
make,
to do that.
you don't make
Just
that
like
LeBron James money if you're not doing what they tell you to do. Let's just put it like that. You don't make that kind of money.
I'm sorry, Corbin. Go
no,
ahead.
no, no, no. I was just gonna say, as far as LeBron is concerned, he was just videoed with a known sex offender rabbi. That tells you who he is.
Oh, the one rabbi to be sucking on the babies. He does.
Allegedly.
When he circumcised them, he puts his mouth on it. That's the one that was giving them herpes and
Fucking
shit.
vampire.
All I know is the old dude with the gray rabbi thing on, and he
Look,
was.
Google
I
that.
didn't.
Google that rabbi that was giving babies herpes, like he was sucking on their penises after he would circumcise them. That is not a joke.
Allegedly,
He was doing it in front of the families. There's a video of him doing it.
allegedly,
Yeah, I'm gonna have
LeBron's
to look at it.
type stuff. So you know what I'm saying? Allegedly, he's with that type of stuff. So
Period.
February
Okay.
25th, 2020. Well, no, let me use this one because this is
What?
actually CNN. April 18, 2013. 2 more infants have contracted the herpes virus after undergoing an ultra-Orthodox Jewish type of circumcision. These are 2 different dates, one 2013 and one 2020. So this is a regular thing in their
Yes.
community.
Yes. Yes. So listen, Sarah Silverman did blackface, as we just said, and Kanye West said something that they consider a Semitic, it's anti-Semitic, whatever the fuck you want to call it, against Jews. It's always taken lightly when we're demeaned and made fun of. And it was just a joke. You people get so in your feelings. Jews, Palestinians. You are not the original Jews. We are. Now, let me tell y'all something of what the Spirit says. And I agree. I believe that those are the Palestinians or whatever that came in and took over that land and then began to call themselves the Jews, right? The Palestinians, right? You understand what I'm saying? I hope I'm saying this correctly because that's what I kept hearing while I was sitting here. Reason why I took myself off of mute because I wanted to say this. I want to make sure I'm saying this correctly. We are the Jews, and they must never, ever allow you to know that because it would forego and overthrow everything that they have worked because we know genomes have lied and stole everything. And why not this be the motherfucking case as well? They have taken your identity and lied and put it up on themselves and given themselves your history, your identity as being the gods of the plane. The earth is ran by us, the motherfucking crystals, and we are the original hues. It is us. They can't let you know that. So every time somebody says something about their curly head motherfucking asses, they get upset. I don't give a shit about what Kanye West said. Jews that they are talking about, not us, not the yous, the Jews, okay? They are cheapskates. They're liars. They're thieves. They're adulterers. And I don't like them. I don't like to be in their presence. I don't like them when I'm in New York. I hate their hair. I hate everything about them. I hate their women. They look plain and ugly with those ugly ass haircuts. And I fucking said it. The Jews that are genomes are disgusting and they don't want to be overthrown. They run everything because they have stolen everything. And that's on facts.
Period.
I think I said it before, but just like you got the $5 Indians, you got the $5 Jews.
Let me see something. Y'all continue there. Let me see. Because I want to make sure y'all understand what I was saying.
Just to I also wanted to mention within the So the role that she was playing, she wanted to be Black for a day. She wanted to see whether it's harder to be Black or Jewish. That was the premise of it all. And there's a quoted line from the skit where she says, "I look like the beautiful Queen Latifah." And then there's another part where she goes to a congregation of African Americans in a church and says, "I'm Black today." Who were these people that were playing the extra roles?
Was it Black people?
Yeah, it says the African American. I'm about to pull it up right now because when I read that, I need to see that specific part. Because why would you ever?
I've never
Where's
seen
the
this
humor?
because I honestly do not find Genome comics to be funny at all. I'm sorry, it's just a personal thing. I don't find any of their jokes to be funny. So I'm just saying. But I would love to see that because I'm trying to understand, sis, were you Queen Latifah? No, ma'am. There is definitely not a resemblance. Ma'am?
Where's the humor and you looking like a clown and then saying that you look like a Melanite? But it's a black color painting and then you have white around your mouth as pertaining to, I guess, quote unquote, ash. Not funny. Very disrespectful. But it still doesn't resemble a Melanite. You think that you can put on a costume for white chicks, Melanite version? I don't think so. It doesn't correlate, baby.
I found it, you guys. I have it backwards, but it still applies. I need to say it so I'm corrected. The Palestinians were in Israel first, then it was flooded with European Jews from the Holocaust. They weren't Jews. That's what this says. But there was also something that happened in 1968, the perceived joint Jordanian-Palestinian victory against Israel during the 1968 battle. Listen, all they do is lie when they keep telling you that the devil comes in to kill, steal, and destroy. But all that you've ever seen motherfucking Jews and genomes do is kill, steal, and destroy. But then they get very upset when we say that they are the devil. If the fucking shoe fits, then you wear it, you genome Jewish bitch. I don't give a fuck what they talking about. He said what he said.
Facts. Facts.
Period.
But truth is not high
On
on
that
they thing. On that note, it's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. It's been fabulous conversation with everyone.
And King Charles, Prince Charles had egg thrown at him. Okay.
That he did. He sure did. It's like, boo. Anyway, we've had a great evening this evening. I hope everybody out there in the committee has enjoyed. Miss Aubrey, we appreciate you. Panel, I appreciate you. Love you. And until next week.
Gratitude, Aubrey.
Love y'all. Listen.
Love you.
Love you.
Love
Same
y'all.
best.